Welcome to the daily crypto market update. Let's start with looking at Bitcoin. So as expected, Tuesday we will be having a slight pump. However, not as the weekend pumps since we have a fake out on the weekends mostly. Even if we see the volume on the market, then we have slightly higher volume as compared to weekend. If you can see, this large candle was formed by this little volume. However, this small candle was formed by this large amount of trading. So mostly we can say confidently that the weekdays pump is usually where we can expect little drops, as we most of the time see whenever weekend pumps happen, then we see a drastic sharp drop and decline is pride in price of Bitcoin. Since the cryptocurrency market is open 24/7, so the whales use this as an opportunity to manipulate the market and pump it for their exit liquidity from the altcoins, which we have been slowly observing that altcoins have been losing a lot of price to Bitcoin. Moving on towards the Bitcoin dominance, this has to be kept increasing for a positive market sentiment. But yesterday, as soon as I uploaded the market update, we saw that the Bitcoin dominance started to fall again. That means that our market makers are also even exiting Bitcoin right now, or mostly they are in stable coins. As we can see that some of those market makers may be expecting that SEC or even the Fed may announce some relief for the markets. However, that is a very low expectation. Still, Tuesdays are mostly volatile, whether on the upside, but still the market makers try to keep their most of the assets in cryptocurrencies in stable coins. So that is why we have been seeing this slight decline on the Bitcoin dominance. However, for a steady recovery of the market, the Bitcoin dominance has to go up. Whether you like it or not, the altcoins will bleed against it, and it has to happen for the long term betterment of the whole market. Moving back to Bitcoin, what do I expect next for the Bitcoin price action? Right now, honestly, the market is not clear whether there is upside potential or downside potential. However, I'll stick to my initial plan, which I expect studying the macroeconomics, which indicate that we are having a high chance of going downside to the high liquidity area, that is the region of $23,000 to $21,000. However, this is a long-term goal, as most of you are day traders or even scalpers, that is just a trading of hours. If you have been doing that for a while, then I may have to warn you few things which I got to know today in the later part of this video. So I'll be avoiding you high leverage trades or even short term trades in these markets, because the situation is right now uncertain and most chances are we are heading towards a downside, and every time we are moving on towards the downside you see FUD or FOMO on the way. Just like this, the FOMO was created, people went all in most of the time, and then we see a sharp liquidation price decrease. This is most of the time manipulations, and I wouldn't like to take particular names of the exchanges. However, you can clearly see that this is not really a natural market movement. This is pure manipulation. So that is how we have to stay cautious. However, I would still say on the macro scale, since I am a swing trader myself, I keep my liquidations very far. I keep my stop losses at entry, and when my profits start to accumulate, I keep my stop losses at my profits. So that is how I trade even in the swing trade right now these days. Moving on towards the trade we were previously discussing, or even just yesterday video update, we were discussing that we had to enter the Solana trade, and we entered around $42 to $41, and now we have observed that the market dumped just after the update was uploaded, and most of you might have made some handsome profits or gains. So congratulations to those who followed the trade and our target points were hit. However, I'm still in this trade and my stop loss is around 42 or even $41, which is still at entry, as I intend to keep this trade open for quite a while. I wouldn't be worried even if my trade closes at break even, as I am seeing a high potential for this altcoin to go down. As just how considering how volatile Solana is, Solana just lost 13% of its gain just in couple of hours today. So I wouldn't be surprised if Solana goes down to like 30 or even $25 in few days or even weeks. So that is how my plan for Solana is. So I would like to keep this swing trade open. Please note that my liquidation price is very high, near to 140 to $200. So you don't have to follow me in this. And also I have opened small hedge positions just in case if the trade goes wrong, which I'm expecting has a very low probability, but still if it goes wrong, so I'll have a way out, and my exit strategy would usually be working as a hedge mode. So that is why I don't recommend you and give you quick TPs. Moving on towards United States stock market, today our stock market opened with slight negative. However, you can see that S&P 500, Dow Jones and Nasdaq opened at minus 1%. That was a huge loss for quite a stock market opening in quite a while. However, the market showed recovery. For instance, S&P 500 started at around 4096 points, but then it moved up to 4113. However, we still retrace most of the gains just on the market opening side. Usually, I always post what I think about the market. I said that I'll be expecting little green today in market as well as stock markets, which we are seeing right now, and I posted this about quite few hours ago before the market opening. Moving on towards the dollar currency index, we have been seeing dollar currency index retrace today before the market opening, but now we are seeing that it is about just starting to gain momentum, and our long-term goal for dollar currency index stays still about 105 points to 103 points, which would again signal us towards most of the cryptocurrencies or even stock markets bottom, and then it can retrace back. Since we already know that market moves in cycle, so if you use the Elliott wave theory, then the dollar currency index is currently right now in a macro uptrend, and we cannot neglect the fact that it has a high potential since the Fed is tapering or producing interest rates hikes. So that are my views on the global macroeconomic analysis. And for Bitcoin, there is a lot of downside potential, and if there is downside potential for Bitcoins, then obviously there is a lot more downside potential for the altcoins. So I'm not buying altcoins right now. However, I'll be posting the DCA target shortly or even discuss it in the market update. An important news to be announced today is that PayPal has announced it now supports the transfer of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to external wallets. This is also a positive news. However, these updates don't really affect market right now, as we really need some fresh cash flow in the market, which definitely has to come from the institutional investors. Right now, the retail investors are still not forming in the market. Usually, they FOMO into scam weekend pumps just to transfer most of their money to the whales who are manipulating the market. Another news is that Binance BNB under SEC, that is Security and Exchange Commission United States radar for alleged initial coin offering violations. There are certain rules in United States for offering initial coin then, however, the SEC is right now investigating into certain criteria that was apparently violated by the cryptocurrency giant exchange Binance. So what I think is this is mostly created for. However, we can see BNB chart for today that BNB has quite lost momentum as it was holding very well previously. Yes, we can see that BNB has bled quite tremendously today. these large big candles we usually rarely observe on the BNB chart, as BNB is a very strong altcoin. And if you can see how much percentage loss we have done on BNB today, that is around 7.4%. That is a lot for BNB, just because there is right now FUD created. However, this is a very strong altcoin, and I would be likely accumulating this around 150 to $170 range if it reaches there. And if I receive any bottom signals considering the macroeconomics, then I'll obviously be accumulating it just to add a buffer to my crypto portfolio. If you watched this video, please give it a like and share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.